now come to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You want to move for approval of the journal there? Is there a motion for approval of the journal?
Move approval.
Mr. Chair, can I take some roll, please?
Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting that every week, don't I? Roll call, please.
Councilmember Irby?
Here.
Councilmember Page?
Here.
Councilmember Wassinger?
Here.
Councilmember O'Meara? Councilmember Dolan?
Here.
6th Council District seat is vacant. Councilmember Harder?
Here.
Mr. Chair, we have a quorum.
Thank you. Approval of the journal.
Move approval.
Is there a second?
Second.
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 Sorry.
All right. Motion's been moved and seconded to approve the journal. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We have no bid openings this evening, so we will move to communications.
Mr. Chair, there are no tax compromises or zoning matters this evening, so we'll move to road and bridge matters. Under road and bridge matters, item number 1, 6th District.
Receive and file, and that will be the order.
Moving on to other communications, Mr. Chair, item number 1, all districts.
Receive and file, the same motion through item number 3, and that will be the order.
Item number 4, 3rd District.
Receive, file, and the agreement be approved as recommended.
Second? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Item number 5, 5th District.
Receive and file, the same motion through item number 6, and that will be the order.
Item number 7.
Receive, file, and the county council be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation. Same motion through item number 10, and that will be the order.
Item number 11, 1st District.
Please hold.
So ordered.
Item number 12, 1st District.
Receive, file, and the county councilor be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation, and the copy of this report be sent to the city of St. John.
So ordered.
Item number 13, 5th District.
Receive, file, and the county councilor be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation, and a copy of this report be sent to the city of Clayton, and that will be the order.
Item number 14, 7th District.
Receive, file with the county councilor, be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation, and a copy of the report sent to the city of Chesterfield.
So ordered.
Item number 15, 5th District.
Receive, file, and the county councilor be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation. Same motion through item number 17, and that will be the order. Any add-ons?
Yes, sir. Item number 1, 5th District.
Thank you. Receive, file, and the county councilor be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation. That will be the order.
Item number 2, 7th District.
Receive, file, and the county councilor be directed to prepare the appropriate legislation for this.
So ordered. Report of the county executive.
No report this evening.
No report. We'll move. Is there any special? There are no reports of special committees this evening.
Yes,
So we will move to public forum. How many speakers do we have?
10 speakers this evening, Mr.
All right,
Chair.
we have 10 speakers. Your name will be called. Each speaker has 3 minutes, and we're going to hold it to that 3 minutes, and we appreciate the respect of everybody else that's speaking. If you would, and the people here, if we could, we'll keep that 3 minutes, and please refrain from using profanity.
First speaker this evening is Ashley Burnoff.
Good evening, councilmen and women. Thank you so much for having me here to speak tonight. I've come to you to discuss many concerns in the past, and tonight it will be no exception. The few concerns are very relevant to our society right now and very relevant to our community. More importantly, they will be relevant to the legacy you will leave or you will not leave, and the history books will repeat for you. So I will encourage you to listen very carefully and listen very closely, and more importantly, act accordingly. Your positions of power are important, and your positions of power will be threatened should you not act to make sure our community is going to strive forward and live vicariously through your actions. So it's very important that you act with dignity in your areas and as Congress or as council persons. So first, we need to see significant reform in the police brutality issue. We have seen 5 deaths since August. Young men under the age of 30 are being killed in our streets. I drive by multiple memorials on the way to work, and when I am not working, I am constantly plagued with the fear that my husband and son may be the next victims. I might be white, my family is not. I have been racially profiled for being white in an African-American neighborhood, and my husband is constantly being profiled, and his friends and family are constantly being profiled for being black in many other neighborhoods. It's not right, it's not fair, and when it ends in death, we cannot have that happen. It doesn't matter if folks are armed, because in this Constitution, we respect the Second Amendment, and this is an open carry state. So we can't say that because someone is armed that they are suddenly so far dangerous that they no longer deserve the rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. The second is our educational system has got to change. North County has had schools that have been underperforming for many, many years, and it takes us going outside of the box. We need real history, the ones that people aren't talking about, so that kids can connect to the classes that they have, and it needs to be meaningful. We need to come out of education and high school with employable skills. Our parents did. They didn't have to come out of pocket for thousands and thousands of jobs to make them work after college. Our parents were able to get jobs right out of high school with those kinds of skills. That's what we need to go back to. Now, third, I really need y'all to change these rules in this room. These are too uptight, and they're following the wrong rules. Y'all are so worried about precedent inside here, but y'all ain't worried about following the rules everywhere else. The kinds of rules that are in here stop people from being able to speak. Please stand tonight if you are unable to speak, and you wanted to sign up, but you are unable to speak. I see two people particularly, and there may be more in this crowd that are unwilling to stand up right now, that wanted to speak, that wanted to tell you their problems, and they are unable to. Second, I gave you a litany of rules about how you can vote down funding options, but you chose to choose none of them and chose to vote in favor of continuing police funding when they are underperforming and not proving what their due diligence is. The third thing is very important that we need to be able to speak to.
Sorry, time is up. Thank you.
We definitely need to be able to speak to the issues on the agenda.
Thank you very much.
Next speaker is Kathleen Powers.
Next speaker.
Councilmen and women, thank you for allowing me to speak. My name is Kathleen Powers, and I am an attorney. I would like the County Council to support expungement legislation and encourage the Ferguson Commission to propose such expungement legislation. I'm referring to expungement of criminal records after 10 years of no further criminal convictions. One of the barriers to gainful employment, which pays enough to support a family, is that a young adult, a citizen in our community, gets into trouble with the law, pleads guilty or is found guilty of a felony, and then the felony stays on their records with few exceptions, is not eligible for expungement. Even though they turn their lives around and never get into trouble with the law again, their record follows them for life. Expungement would go a long way to narrow the ever-growing income gap between the poor and the middle to upper class. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next speaker is Daryl Johnson.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Mr. Stanger and County Council. One thing I want to share is just piggybacking on the first speaker, the education problem began, among other things, when whites move out of neighborhoods, services move out, and then all of a sudden, money freezes up. We can't, the budget is a problem. So I think it behooves us when we tackle this situation to make sure that we have adequate funds in these school districts that will sustain these school districts. The school district feeds the neighborhood, neighborhood feeds the school district. You don't have a good school district, you don't have a good neighborhood, okay? And that wasn't by accident, okay? My next thing is, I ran out of time on last week, but talked about the county prosecutor's office. When we see what Mr. McCullough did with the whole world watching, with this sham of a grand jury process. Sham's right. When we see how that went down.
Excuse me, stop his clock, please. Thank you. Also, if this gentleman continues to disrupt the meeting, would you, that's your last warning, sir. If you want to continue to make remarks, you can leave.
Clapping acceptable.
That'll be it. Thank you. You can continue. I'm sorry, sir.
With that process, for him to be boldly to do this sham in front of the whole world, we have to look back and say, okay, what has he done when nobody was watching? So I'm asking this county council, Honorable Mr. Stenger, to lead by contacting the Justice Department, and the prosecutor's office need to be investigated for all the years Mr. Culler has been in office. Every single case need to be investigated to see if everybody has been treated fairly, okay? And I mentioned on last time, it's no secret, but as you see, I told you that ship is sinking. Mr. McCullough need to be removed. And you cannot say because he was voted in, we're stuck with him. No, I think for this county council's sake, for this county's sake, Mr. Stinger's sake, you have to remember a lot is riding on your first year. You have to remember a lot is riding on. I think it behooves you to look at ways to get Mr. McCullough out of office. If you want to ask him to resign, I'm sure he will. So if you ask him, that's fine, but he needs to go. My final thing is, I don't have time. I'll come back later. Thank you.
Next speaker is Tom Sullivan. Tom Sullivan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I got several items to bring before the council. Number one, I am objecting to the add-ons that were put onto the agenda, add-ons that were received on the same date. If you recall, when the new county councilor was here before the committee of the whole, I brought this matter up about the county not always following the sunshine law. And certainly, this is one of the things that needs to be followed. This happened last week. This is the second week in a row. This council meets every week, so there's really no need. Second item is Bill number 260, which I'm talking on for the 6th week in a row, and it's been held for 5 weeks. As I've said before, doing a $24,000 study for a building that's only 13 years old and it's only one story doesn't make any sense. Third item is Bill number 7, which is a $725,000 addition for the Emergency Communications Commission. I've talked about this last month. There's a letter that, of course, that the chief sent to the council, and he gives various reasons, but he doesn't really have any type of accounting as to what's going on, as to why this money is needed. To just say we've had unforeseen matters and we need $725,000. This is like 40% increase from the original budget. I think there needs to be a considerable amount of explanation, especially considering all the trouble that this commission has had before with radios and emergency sirens, et cetera. As I've also said to the council before, we've had all this trouble with contracts and all these various projects. If you look at them in the beginning, when your question's being raised, rather than wait a year for somebody who says, oh, there's $200,000 too much, I think it would be best for the council. Next item is $145,000 for 2 attorneys. You certainly have to question this. You have the previous county counselor who's been on the job for a number of years. She didn't see the need for 2 more attorneys. Then you have a new county counselor who's on the job for 10 minutes, and he says, oh, we got to have 2 more attorneys. Maybe, maybe not, but I think it needs a lot more scrutiny than it's been given. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Mr. Sullivan, I wanted you to know I'm going to hold 260 again tonight just because I need to talk to the engineer over there first, courtesy of letting him know where I'm going with the bills.
Thank you.
Next speaker is Morris Thompson.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening.
I'm here, and I'm here with a request to be appointed to the mechanical board of the St. Louis County Mechanical Section. There are 3 members there that I also qualified to be as one. And there is one that's open for a mechanical engineer, and it requires 4 years in mechanical engineering, which I have 2. I think me being appointed to the board would also I can bring other things to the board. Myself being a disabled veteran and a disabled person. And also I can bring more diversity to the board. The 3 members that are presently there have been there over 14 years. I think that's long enough for to have a total one-sided opinion on the board. And I think I could bring more to it than what's there presently. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Next speaker is Susan Clark.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry, but I really cannot speak. I was going to speak very briefly, but I'd like to cede my time.
We're not, I mean, we went through this last week. We don't.
Well, I'll make this really quick. I'm here because
I haven't addressed you yet. The protocol is a protocol. You sign up to speak. I can't change it one week and not do it the next week. So if you're here to speak, you're here to speak, but if you can't speak, then if she signed up, she can speak when it's her turn. I can't change this every week. I'm sorry, the rules, I mean, that's the way it is. It's the protocol.
All right. Then I will speak.
Thank you.
I wanted to request that you all attend the Ferguson Commission meetings. I understand you can't possibly all attend each meeting, and certainly none of you can be there tonight since it coincides with this. But there's obviously a lot going on in this county, in this community, that is problematic, and it's being addressed there. I would hope all of you at one point over the next year would be there. And in the weeks that you can't be, I would hope that staff members would be there and a liaison would go, because there is a lot being discussed there. More than 3 minutes, many voices, and more open and receptive conversations are happening. And I encourage you to be a part of them.
Thank you.
Next speaker is Greg Porter.
I just want to say that next time
I'm sorry,
when you're
ma'am.
running,
Ma'am.
I might not be campaigning for you. I might be either campaigning against you or running against you.
That's fine.
And that your lane, this is very important.
You-
Freedom of speech is that's right. I'm walking. Hey, you don't have to put your hands on me.
All right, that's enough from the council.
This is supposed to be for the community, but you're not allowing the community.
What protocol have I now violated? I just simply said there was time remaining on the clock. Everyone could have seen that. This level of disruption right now, it was completely unnecessary. Please don't touch me.
Just
You have every option to let people speak. And we had a 4-mile march today. You guys attended.
come up and, all right. Everybody knows when they can speak.
Nobody cares about your protocol. Your seats are not safe. We will make sure that every single last one of you are replaced.
Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter. No justice. No peace.
No justice!
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 No peace.
Next speaker, please.
Good evening, members of the council and County Executive Stinger. My name is Greg Porter. I'm of the number 6 Crookham Court in Florissant, Missouri, which is unincorporated in North St. Louis County. I'm the president of the Paddock Forest Residents Association Incorporated and the chairman of the North St. Louis County Problem Solving Committee, but I'm here this evening to speak on my own behalf. I've attended at least one council meeting this year and have watched those that I have not attended on the internet. And as such, I have a couple of observations that I'd like to share with you. First, I would like to commend Council Chair Dolan for his professional manner in which he's conducted the council meetings thus far this year, particularly with regard to the enforcement of time limitations on speakers, as well as for prohibiting individuals to speak who have not previously registered to speak. My only suggestion is that all speakers should be required to provide their name and address for the official record of the Council Journal. A final observation is that it's very refreshing to attend or to watch county council meetings and listen and watch citizens address the council without the threat of verbal attack by the county executive after they've concluded their comments. I believe that the integrity, professionalism, and diplomacy have been restored once again to the office of the county executive with the election of Steve Stinger as our county executive. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next speaker is Ronald Levy.
Good evening. There's a lot of changes since I've been here last. I guess I don't have to say my name. I'm a resident of St. Louis County for 48 years, and I'm almost 86 years old, and I'm still fighting the same thing. Why do I have to live like this? The assessed valuation of my home is 5 times what I paid for it. Why? I'm not trying to sell my house. My wife is deceased for over 4 years, so my household income is down 1/3 because of reassessment, not reassessment, but Social Security's income. My union pension is $166 a month after working 35 years as a union member, or $2,000 a year. And the pension is in a critical status right now, and it could be dissolved maybe this spring. I get a notice every year. It's 68% funded. And when it gets to 65, I think there's a federal law cuts in. Something has to be done. My big concern is what is going on with St. Louis County budget. Did St. Louis County employees get a 3% raise of $7 million? I wasn't here at the meeting. Okay, the chief of Metro is receiving a $75,000, according to paper, increase over the $250,000. Is this what the sales tax was paid for? I want to know what the total of taxpayers' money out of the budget for employees' pension is I want to know a percentage of the budget. And what is the total of taxpayers' money out of the budget for employees' health insurance? I never got anything like that. And who can I speak to get this information? I don't know, is there anybody I can talk to? I want to get this right away. I'm going to continue to come here. I'm going to take up reassessment. I'm going to take up a lot of things. I spent a lot of time doing this, trying to hold it to 3 minutes, and I can't do all these items. But I'm going to be here every week, and I'm going to present to you what this is all about, because I'm 86 years old almost, and I know a little bit more than the people sitting up here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next speaker is Anthony Shahid.
I think Mr. Shahid left.
And Zaki Baruti?
Mr. Baruti left as
They
well.
also left.
No more speakers, Mr. Chair.
All right, that concludes the public forum. We'll move to introduction of bills.
Bill number 9, introduced by Councilmember Dolan, an ordinance authorizing the county executive to accept free grants of up to $1,500,000 per year for the Missouri Department of Health and Senior Services for core public health functions, appropriating funds received during the first of a 3-year grant period, and authorizing the county executive to execute necessary documents. Bill number 10, introduced by Councilmember Dolan, an ordinance authorizing the county executive to accept a grant of up to $8,000 from the Missouri Highways and Transportation Commission in support of law enforcement activities under the Blueprint for Safe Roadways program, and authorizing the county executive to execute related documents. Bill number 11, introduced by Councilmember Dolan, an ordinance approving acceptance of donation of $6,000 from Youth in Need and appropriating same for support of acquisition of student bus passes and personal hygiene and clothing items for youth involved with the family court moving into residential care. Bill number 12, introduced by Councilmember Dolan, an ordinance authorizing the county executive to execute a contract and up to 2 renewals with Community Health Plus doing business as BJC Behavioral Health for coordination and supply of behavioral health services. Bill number 13, introduced by Councilmember Wassinger, an ordinance authorizing the county executive to execute an amendment to a contract with Lohmeyer Sculpture Park. Bill number 14, introduced by Councilmember Dolan, an ordinance authorizing the county executive to grant Metropolitan St. Louis Sewer District 2 easements in Suisun Park for construction and maintenance of stormwater facilities, and authorizing the county executive to execute an agreement with McBride Suisun LLC for a temporary slope and construction license in Suisun Park in connection with the same purposes. Bill number 15, introduced by Councilmember Dolan, an ordinance authorizing the county executive to grant an easement within Jefferson Barracks Park to Southwestern Bell Telephone Company for installation and maintenance of underground communications facilities related to the Lemay Community and Aquatic Center Park project, and authorizing execution of necessary documents. Bill number 16, introduced by Councilmember Harder, an ordinance amending ordinance number 22,525 by repealing and reenacting Section 2 pertaining to PC 34-05, Big Bend LLC. Mr. Chair, that is all the bills.
Thank you. Perfection of bills.
Bill number 8, introduced by Councilmember O'Meara.
Please hold Bill number 8. Bill number 8 is held.
Bill number 218, introduced by Councilmember Erby.
I move for perfection of bill number 218.
I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Aye. Well, no, I mean,
Yeah.
no, I'm opposed to, oh, no.
No.
All right, well, motion is defeated, is not perfected. Motion is dropped.
Bill number 231, introduced by Councilmember Dolan.
Please hold.
Excuse me, that isn't correct, is it? The motion isn't dropped. It's not
It's
perfect.
voted down. It doesn't pass.
Okay, motion didn't carry. Whatever, okay. All right.
Bill number 3, introduced by Councilmember Wassinger.
Hold on the order of business, please.
Number 3 is held.
Bill number 5, introduced by Councilmember Dolan.
I move to perfect Bill number 5. Second. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? The ayes have it. Or Bill number 5 is perfected.
Bill number 6, introduced by Councilmember Dolan.
I move to perfect Bill number 6. Second. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Bill num-
Abstain.
or- One abstention. Bill number 6 is perfected.
Bill number 7, introduced by Councilmember Dolan.
I move to perfect Bill number 7. Second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed?
No.
Bill number 7 is perfected.
Bill number 8, introduced by Councilmember Dolan.
I move to perfect Bill number 8. Second. All in favor? Aye. Aye. Any opposed?
No.
Bill number 8 is perfected. Final passage of bills.
Bill number 260, introduced by Councilmember Erby.
Hold, please.
I object to that holding of that bill. Is there a second for that? There being no second,
Second.
all right, there's a second. I move, well, take a roll call then on the vote.
On the motion to hold the bill?
Well, we can,
Councilmember Erby?
This is a motion to hold the bill?
Yeah.
Aye.
Councilmember Page?
No.
Councilmember Wassinger?
No.
Councilmember O'Meara? Councilmember Dolan?
No.
Councilmember Harder?
No.
There being, then,
On the motion to hold the bill, there are 4 noes and 1 aye.
so there being no second, or no second, then the motion is, or the bill is failed.
I'm sorry, Mr. Chair. The motion was
That's
to
fine.
hold the bill.
The bill didn't fail. The motion to hold the bill failed.
And being as though there was no motion for it to go forward, it fails, because,
But the motion to hold has failed.
right?
Now there has to be a subsequent motion relative to the bill, if you want to entertain the bill.
Take it up for final passage, and then you'd have to hold a roll call and let everybody vote on the bill if you wanted to move it forward to see if it would pass. So you're a proponent of the bill, you can take up.
So what we,
Just ask the guys.
County Council, so what would we do next to vote on it?
Whether the bill passes or not passes. So you can vote on, the bill is submitted, it's not held. It either has to be voted on, yea or nay.
All right, so I take a roll call on the vote.
Exactly.
Take it up for final passage and ask for a roll call.
So all in favor, or let's take a roll
I-
call?
Someone has to
I
make
take
a
it up for
motion.
final passage, that we do roll call.
So is that a motion for final passage, Mr. Chair?
Yes.
And I'm sorry, who made the second?
Second.
Do roll call.
Now I'll do roll call.
Councilmember Erby?
No.
Councilmember Page?
No.
Councilmember Wassinger?
No.
Councilmember O'Meara? Councilmember Dolan?
No.
Councilmember Harder?
No.
On bill number 260, there are 5 noes.
So bill number 260 does not pass.
Oh,
Failed to pass.
I'm sorry.
I'm totally
The
confused.
motion was for final passage of the bill.
Yes.
You just change it over if you want to.
Well, it's crazy because I don't want a final pass, and I said hold, so I abstain.
On bill number 260, there are 4 noes and 1 abstention.
So I have a question then about that bill. So it didn't pass, it's not going anywhere. The health center has problems. So we have to do something to fix the problem in the building.
Yes, if there's, it was discussed that, I know you and I had a discussion that they'll have a service, what anybody would do, call up a technician or a service fitter to come out and look at the problem and fix it.
Yeah, and if I could, Mr. Chair, if I could speak to it. The health department falls under the executive branch. We're taking steps to rectify the issue, and I don't believe that it's necessary to have a $24,460 HVAC study to fix the issue. I think we can do it for much cheaper than that, so I certainly don't need the appropriation, I don't need it, it's unnecessary.
And
The
I
health
agree.
department doesn't
I was
need it.
only holding the bill until we gave the courtesy the engineer at the health center the courtesy of letting him know where we were going with the bill. So
We've
we
done
all
that.
agreed.
We've done that for a couple of weeks.
Go ahead, Chair.
Bill number 263, introduced by Councilmember Erby.
Hold, please.
Bill number 263 is held.
Bill number 295, introduced by Councilmember Erby. And Mr. Chair, we have a substitute bill. Shall I read the substitute?
Please read the substitute bill.
Substitute Bill number 1 for Bill number 295, introduced by Councilmember Dolan, an ordinance amending Chapter 201, Title 2, St. Louis County Revised Ordinances 1974 as amended, Personnel General, by repealing and reenacting Section 201.190 and amending Chapter 202, Title 2, St. Louis County Revised Ordinances 1974 as amended, Personnel Classified Service, by repealing and reenacting Section 202.360, 202.365, and 202.366 pertaining to compensation of various classes of county employees.
I move to adopt substitute Bill number 1 for Bill number 295.
Second.
Roll call. Is that a roll call, or is that?
You can take a voice vote on that, Mr. Chair.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed?
Abstain. I have not had a chance to look at the bill. I only got it like 2 minutes to 6, so that's why I'm abstaining on that.
Okay, that will be adopted.
Bill number 310, introduced by Councilmember Erby.
I move for final passage of Bill number 310.
Second. Roll call.
Councilmember Erby?
Aye.
Councilmember Page?
No.
Councilmember Wassinger?
No.
Councilmember O'Meara? Councilmember Dolan?
No.
Councilmember Harder?
No.
Mr. Chair, on Bill number 310, there are 4 noes and 1 aye.
Bill number 310 failed to finally pass.
Bill number 1, introduced by Councilmember Dolan.
I move for final passage of Bill number 1.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Erby?
Bill number 1. Aye.
Councilmember Page?
Aye.
Councilmember Wassinger?
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara? Councilmember Dolan?
Aye.
Councilmember Harder?
Aye.
Mr. Chair, on Bill number 1, there are 5 ayes.
Bill number 1 has finally passed.
Bill number 2, introduced by Councilmember Wassinger.
I move for final passage of Bill number 2.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Erby?
Aye.
Councilmember Page?
Aye.
Councilmember Wassinger?
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara? Councilmember Dolan?
Aye.
Councilmember Harder?
Aye.
Mr. Chair, on Bill number 2, there are 5 ayes.
Bill number 2 is finally passed.
Bill number 4, introduced by Councilmember Dolan.
I move for final passage of Bill number 4.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Erby?
Aye.
Councilmember Page?
Aye.
Councilmember Wassinger?
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara? Councilmember Dolan?
Aye.
Councilmember Harder?
Aye.
Mr. Chair, on Bill number 4, there are 5 ayes.
Bill number 4 is finally passed.
Moving on to resolutions, Mr. Chair, we have one this evening. Resolution number 1, introduced by Councilmember Dolan and Page.
Please read resolution number 1.
Resolution, whereas the Missouri Supreme Court recently ordered the revision of Rule 37.65 regarding the payment of court fines to allow for payment of court fines and fees in installments, whereas Section 105.080, 16 St. Louis County Revised Ordinances 1974 is amended, specifies that St. Louis County Municipal Court judges may waive or reduce costs for indigent defendants, and whereas the Missouri Supreme Court has issued a new Supreme Court Rule 37.65 that eases the financial burden on low-income individuals facing big fines in municipal courts, and whereas the county's municipal court administrator and county counselor's office have been active participants in the St. Louis County Municipal Court Improvement Commission, now therefore be it resolved by the St. Louis County Council of St. Louis County, Missouri as follows. Section 1, the County Council strongly urges the County Counselor's Office, Municipal Court Administrator, and the judges of the St. Louis County Municipal Court to work in a collaborative and expeditious manner in order to implement revised Supreme Court Rule 37.65 as soon as practicable. Furthermore, the council supports the idea of publicly posting Rule 37.65 and Section 105.08016 St. Louis County Revised Ordinances 1974 as amended in conspicuous places within the courtroom and on all summons from the court. Section 2, the county council further requests that the county council's office, municipal courts administrator, and the judges of the St. Louis County Municipal Court work collaboratively in an effort to make our county more fair and equitable. Section 3, the administrative director shall send a certified copy of this resolution to the county council, the St. Louis County Municipal Court administrator, and each judge of the St. Louis County Municipal Court.
I move for adoption of resolution number 1. Second. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Erby? No. Councilmember Page?
Aye.
Councilmember Wassinger?
Aye.
Councilmember O'Meara? Councilmember Dolan?
Aye.
Councilmember Harder?
Aye.
Mr. Chair, on resolution number 1, there are 4 ayes and 1 no.
Resolution number 1 is adopted.
Moving on to unfinished business, item number 1, 4th District.
Hold on the order of business, and that will be the order.
Item number 2, 2nd District.
Please hold.
So ordered.
Item number 3, 6th District.
Receive and file, and that will be the order.
I move to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.